In this video, we're going to be talking about one of the most hyped shoes of 2022. What is up, everybody, and welcome to Asics HQ here in Hertfordshire in the UK. Now, are you a fan of Asics running shoes? If yes, what pair? Is it the Metaspeed Sky Plus, Edge, Magic Speed 2, or the Novablast? Okay, so the Novablast 3 is finally here, and firstly, spoiler alert, these were sent to me by Asics. I'm not getting paid by Asics. They sent it to me in a lovely big box, but they've not asked to do a review. They know I'm going to do one, but I'm not getting paid to say it. I've not got a script. I've not got anything like that. And to be honest with you, if you want the shoe, go over to startfitness.co.uk and you can get 10% off of these by using the code FORDY RUNS. So I would recommend you go to Start Fitness. But yeah, Asics did send this to me, so I just want to let you know before we get into the video. Yeah. Okay, right, so I think this is, apart from some of the stuff from Nike this year, this is one of the most hyped shoes that a lot of people have been waiting for, because you know, people have been getting it early over in the US and they've been saying great things about it. Like, for example, Mr. Kafuzi, who is my hero on YouTube, has said that this is like his best shoe of the year when we had him on the live stream podcast. So there's been a lot of hype around the shoe and a lot of anticipation, expectation, because the Novablast, Asics kind of hit a home run with the shoe when they came out with it. For me, it's always been a troublesome shoe because I've always struggled with stability issues with it, and they're well documented on this channel about the stability issues I've had with this shoe. But we've got some changes to the shoe, which we'll go through in a minute. But I wanted to talk about first, yeah, let's do the stats and features first, actually, before we get into the rest of the video. Right, okay, so we've got a 10mm drop. We've got £135, but like I said, you can get 10% off of that over at Start Fitness. We've got a jacquard mesh upper on the shoe. We've got the lighter Flight Foam Blast Plus, see that? And this shoe, by the way, is coming in at just under 10 ounces in my UK 9.5. As always with the Novablast, it runs a little bit long for me, but it's not to the point where I could get away with the 9, but it is a definitely longer feeling shoe. It seems to be, and I haven't got the stack heights, but it just seems to be a little bit more stacked up in the heel. What's cool, because of one of the problems I've always had with this shoe, is the stability of it. But if you see that, they built the walls up on the shoe. You see that? So they've almost created like a cradle of this really soft material to just hold you in a little bit, which is great news for people like me. They've also got like this beveled heel on the back here. We've got a very similar looking outsole to the previous model, and that's probably about it. But the foam, I say, it's obviously lighter, it's bouncier, but it's still soft, but it's not like mushy soft. It's about bouncy soft. Does that make any sense? But yeah, that's probably about it in terms of the changes. It's just, yeah, it just feels that lighter, bouncier version versus the previous model. Yeah, that's probably about it in terms of stats and features. Okay, so this is let's call it an initial conclusion, initial feedback from the runs I've been doing in it. So how many runs have we got in it? It's at least 3. But either way, this is a first impressions video, people. So first impressions are, it's definitely improved for me. I was, as you know, as someone who struggles with this shoe, I was very pleased from putting this shoe on to find that it was a less unstable, there we go, than the previous versions. And I do put that down to these sort of slightly built up sidewalls. I also think I've, sounds funny, but I think I've improved as a runner slightly in terms of, you probably don't think so in terms of my form, my running form, but I definitely feel like I'm striking a little bit more towards the front. I'm less of a heel striker, so that's impacting some of the stability issues that I've had by just moving that a little bit further forward in my strike, my foot strike. So that's helped me, I would say, and this is not a shoe that I can't run in, which is great news, because that was the big thing with the previous version. I do think this is a shoe that you probably can go long in, but I'd be interested to know how your Achilles and things like that would feel. I'm not tempted to run it that long, because I think for me the glide ride, when I get tired, I think this will then start wobbling about, so I think the glide ride's the better option for me. But I do think this is a sort of great shoe for that up to 15-16 miles. with great feedback in terms of putting some pace through it on those longer runs, so dropping down to goal. I think this would work well. Where I've really enjoyed it is just sticking on and running. It's just great feedback from that Flight Foam Blast Plus midsole. Yes, it is soft, but it is springy, and it's just effortless, and it's just fun to run in. What else to add on the shoe? It's great for like recovery run. Like I did a recovery run on Monday after the big half, and I stuck these on because I just wanted something a bit softer. Felt great. It really did. It was just, yeah, it's not a fresh foam more or anything like that, but it just, for the day, it just worked well. It was just that little bit softer, a little bit kinder on my feet, and I was out there just poodling along at like 10-minute miles or something like that. So it just felt great. And that's the thing with it. It's doing some of those jobs that I would expect it to do, and doing them quite well. But is the shoe the best shoe of 2022? I'm not so sure yet. And why is that? Well, firstly, this is only an initial sort of review, initial verdict. So I've got to put plenty more miles in this shoe before I can make that sort of bold statement. But I do think the Novablast does have some limitations. So it's very easy to say, yes, this is the best daily trainer out there. But I do think you've got to watch, most people do pronate. So although I've said this is a more stable ride than its predecessor, this will still catch some people out. So I don't think you can class it as the best daily trainer if it doesn't appeal to a wide audience. Maybe that's a strong statement, but that's where I'm kind of thinking. But what I am saying in this video is that this is a definite improvement over version 2 for me. Mainly because I can actually run in the damn thing. But it's definitely an improvement over version 2 for me. I've enjoyed the runs that I've done in it. I felt that the Flight Foam Blast Plus has given me a little bit of secret sauce. And yeah, it's not doing anything negative. So initial verdict is, this is good. But let's see, after we put some like proper miles into it, how this actually feels after that time. Because I may be saying all that now, and then, after a marathon training block that I've, coming to the end of, these may ruin me, I don't know. So let's see where we go with it. But for initial feedback is that the Novablast 3 is a big improvement over version 2. If you've got a mild stability issue in one of your legs or whatever, it may be worth a look, because they've definitely improved some of that element of instability in the shoe. Okay, right, that's it. And don't forget, Start Fitness, get 10% off, use the code 40 runs. I don't get paid for that, by the way, but yeah, it's worth it. Okay, right, guys, that's it. That's my initial feedback on the Novablast 3. I'll update you in due course. Let me know in the comments how you've been getting on with it, and I'll catch you guys later.